Productivity is a simple concept that can be achieved by being clear of your intentions and taking deliberate steps in the right direction. And guess what? The 10-90 rule can actually help you with both. The 10-90 rule states that the first 10% of time you spend planning and organizing your work before you begin will save you as much as 90% of the time in getting the job done once you get started. Let me break it down for you. Every minute spent in planning can save you up to 10 minutes in execution. Psychology research also supports this idea. Studies show that having clarity about your goals is essential to having the motivation to achieve those goals. If you're not clear on what you're doing, it's very hard to be motivated. So instead of needing more motivation, what you really need is a plan. As Dr. Benjamin P. Hardy has said, if you don't believe you have an effective means of achieving your goal, you won't be motivated. The 10-90 rule works by providing clarity around what needs to be done and how it will be done. Clarity creates focus, and focus brings efficiency. With efficiency, you can get more done in less time. Now let's explore a few ways to use the 10-90 rule in your daily life. Jim Rohn once said, "Never begin the day until it's finished on paper." And he couldn't be more right. Benjamin Franklin also famously said, "If you fail to plan, you are planning to fail." Both of them understood the importance of planning. When you solidify a plan, you're making a commitment about how your time will be spent. Instead of merely reacting to the events of the day, you're shaping them to suit your liking. So take just 5 minutes before going to bed to plan your day. Get organized, remove willpower, decision fatigue, and procrastination from your life. Remember, if it's not on your calendar, it's not a priority. If you don't have goals for it, you're probably not thinking about it. And if you're not thinking about it, then it's probably falling apart. Writing things down and planning engage both your conscious and subconscious minds. Your subconscious mind will work on the task even when you're not actively thinking about it. Let's say you put on your calendar that a presentation needs to be done 2 months from now. Your subconscious mind will start churning out ideas on how to make it happen. The key is to outline your plans and ideas before you begin. If you're writing an article, bullet point the main ideas. If you're going to the supermarket, make a list. If you're building a website, work out what's on each page first. Planning what you're trying to achieve or accomplish before starting will make the task easier. Jim Rohn said it best, "The bigger the why, the easier the how." But be careful, too much planning can quickly turn into procrastination. You don't need to have everything figured out before you begin. Start with the first few steps and then build from there. You can't steer a stationary ship, as Nicholas Cole often says. Remember, the 10-90 rule says that the first 10% of time you spend planning and organizing your work can turn into as much as 90% of the time that you save in execution. Having a plan eliminates the need to question what you're going to do. Your subconscious mind has already done the work, and now you simply live out what you've written down. So get yourself a notebook, start planning, and watch as your days and life become increasingly more efficient. And hey, if you found this video valuable and want to support us, you can give a tip proportional to the value you received. The link will be in the description. Now, I want to hear from you. What actions from this video are you going to implement in your life? Let me know in the comments below. And as always, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to our channel, and hit the notification bell so you never miss an update. Until next time, stay productive and keep crushing those goals. Have you ever made a promise to yourself, only to find yourself breaking it moments later, like resisting that extra chocolate chip cookie or going for a jog in the evening? It's frustrating, isn't it? But what if I told you there's a technique that can help you inhibit these distracting impulses and become the master of your own actions? Neuroscientists have discovered a fascinating insight into how our brain works. Before we consciously decide to take an action, our brain sends a signal called an action potential relating to the movement we're about to make. This happens half a second before the voluntary movement, even before we're aware of the desire to move. In other words, your brain has already made the decision for you. However, there's a small window of opportunity. Within the next 0.2 seconds, you become aware of the desire to move, but you haven't acted on it yet. This is where you can exercise your veto power and intervene. You might not have much control over what you desire to do, but you do have the power to reject it. Dr. Jeffrey M. Schwartz describes it as having free want. You can use this veto power to suppress any destructive impulse, whether it's the temptation of that delicious chocolate or the urge to vent off anger. But here's the catch: you need to be aware of this power and use it in the moment. To cultivate this awareness, try constantly exposing yourself to the idea of your veto power. Write it down somewhere visible, like a background on your phone or a stick. KY note on your monitor. By consistently reminding yourself, you'll be more likely to remember it when impulses arise, enabling you to utilize that golden 0.2-second window. But awareness alone is not enough. You need to make the use of this technique automatic. The more you exercise your veto power, the easier it becomes. And here's a fascinating fact rooted in neuroscience. Every time you exercise this power, it becomes slightly easier to do so in the future. So make it a regular practice and remember that each instance of suppressing an impulse strengthens your ability to resist in the future. With constant reminders and consistent exercise, this technique will become a part of your personality, making you a more disciplined person. Don't let your impulses suppress your progress. Suppress them before they take hold, and you'll become the master of your own actions. Remember, you have the power to veto unwanted impulses and shape your own path to success. Will you use it? What actions from his video will you implement in your life? I'd love to hear your thoughts, and if you found this video valuable, consider giving a tip proportional to the value received. Your support helps us create more content like this. The donation link can be found in the description below. Thank you for watching, and remember, you have the power to take control of your impulses and achieve greater success in life. Are you feeling overwhelmed by the never-ending list of goals and tasks you want to accomplish in your life? Do you find yourself constantly juggling between different priorities, never really making progress on any of them? Well, you're not alone. In today's fast-paced world, we are bombarded with endless choices and opportunities, making it difficult to focus on what truly matters. Just take a look at Warren Buffett, the legendary investor who has achieved extraordinary success over his 60-year career. But it's not just his investment prowess that sets him apart. Buffett also understands the importance of prioritization and focus in all aspects of life. One day, Buffett approached his pilot Mike Flint, who had been working for him for 10 years. Buffett wanted to discuss Flint's career goals and how he could help him achieve them. He asked Flint to conduct a simple exercise that would change his perspective on priorities forever. The exercise involved listing down 25 things Flint wanted to accomplish in the foreseeable future without any restrictions. Then he had to rank these items in order of importance and circle the top 5. This ranking process was undoubtedly challenging, but Flint managed to prioritize his goals. However, just when Flint thought he had completed the exercise, Buffett delivered an unexpected twist. He told Flint that everything he didn't circle, the remaining 20 items, would now become his avoid-at-all-cost list. According to Buffett, these items should receive attention until the top 5 goals are achieved. Buffett's stern advice highlights the importance of eliminating distractions and focusing on what truly matters. In a world filled with endless choices and opportunities, it's easy to get sidetracked by new interests and pursuits. But the path to success lies in dedicating our time and attention to a singular pursuit. This concept, known as the craftsman mindset by author Cal Newport, applies not only to career goals, but also to our health, relationships, and personal aspirations. Craftsmen start as apprentices, learning the basics from a master, and then become journeymen, adding their unique style and nuances along the way. It's through this singular focus that they achieve mastery. You may be thinking that prioritizing and focusing on a few things will lead to a boring life with limited options. However, the 525 rule, as proposed by Buffett, doesn't restrict us from exploring new interests or pursuing additional goals. It simply advises we finish the top 5 before moving on to the next ones. Think about all the things you've wanted to accomplish in your life. Learning a new language, playing a musical instrument, starting a business, practicing a martial art, traveling the world. The list goes on. But how many of these goals have you made real progress on? Chances are not many. Often we choose these goals because they provide some benefit or societal validation. However, they may not truly motivate us enough to follow through. As a result, we only work on them sporadically, dedicating our spare time to these lower priority pursuits. This leads to a never-ending list of goals that weigh on our minds, causing stress, guilt, and overwhelm. But here's the thing: according to the 8020 rule, also known as Pareto's principle, the majority of outcomes are driven by a small number of actions. Anything outside our top 5 goals is unlikely to have a significant impact on our lives. Instead of constantly adding more to our to-do lists, it's time to embrace the power of simplicity. Time and attention are finite resources, and we must be selective about how we allocate them. Rather than mindlessly pursuing every opportunity that comes our way, we should be ruthless in eliminating distractions and focusing on what truly matters. So take a moment to reflect on your priorities. What are the top 5 things that truly matter to you? These are the goals that deserve your unwavering attention and effort. Everything else can wait. Until you've succeeded with your top 5, by following the 525 rule, you can finally make progress on the things that truly matter to you. And don't worry, this doesn't mean you'll lead a boring life with limited options. It means you'll have a laser-like focus on what brings you fulfillment and success. So, my friend, it's time to prioritize, eliminate distractions, and dedicate your time and attention to the top 5 goals in your life. It's time to achieve the success and fulfillment you've always desired. Are you ready to focus on what truly matters? If you found this video valuable, consider giving a tip proportional to the value received. The link can be found in the description. And don't forget to subscribe, like this video, and hit the notification bell to receive more valuable insights and tips for a successful and fulfilling life. Now I have a question for you. What actions will you implement in your life based on the insights shared in this video? Share your thoughts in the comments below. And remember, focus on what truly matters, eliminate distractions, and take steps towards achieving your goals. Thank you for watching, and until next time, stay focused and keep striving for greatness.